Okay.
So with time, I used to rely on my strength. I wrote Adonai, I wrote Baby, I wrote Mary by myself. But then I believe what you said. I believe in no matter how talented you are, we have few people who can actually be extremely dynamic and go from here and go there. And it's not bad if you're one way. People actually think it's a problem. It's not. You just figure a way to be able to win. So now if Miji has something else or Cyril has something else, I'm like, jump on board, make I tap into that. And I think that's how I've been able to maintain this for a very long time. I've not relied on the Sarkodie strength too much because I think it's not even realistic. If Drake is doing an album with 21 Savage, who are you to say you are relying on your power? So I don't believe in that. I believe, and I've always been doing that. I always involve people. There are certain sounds that left on my own, there is no way I'm going to come up with it because I'm not in that zone. So I would need this person to.
That's real. I like that. That's very deep and very honest.
But for writing, rap verses is going to be hard for me to.
I was just about to think that
to write.
The
South Nation people, they'll do it.
There's a song on there called Sheba. That's Oxlade on. It's crazy that I just mentioned the same song. So the second verse, the melody was given to me by somebody. So if you listen to it, yes, I agree with what you're saying. So now,
this is the second song, right?
No, this is a non-living thing.
Oh,
So by the second song on the
I was like, is this one?
No, it's referring to the second song on the A-list.
The second song.
Okay.
So the second verse was inspired by somebody else. The lyrics by me, but the whole vibe. So I understand. I listened to myself and I was refreshed listening to it.
Right.
But normally typical rap verses, is going to be hard for me to let it.
Which
is understandable. Which is understandable.
So I want to know, right?
Wait. What is Sheba about? I want to.
You want to move from Labadi? We are done with Labadi.
No, okay. Just the last thing on Labadi. King Promise. I feel like we are sitting on that guy. I don't know. I just feel like he's super. He's one of our he should be one of our biggest R&B Afrobeat exports. But I feel like I don't know.
He's been performing around the world. We need to shout him out
super
as well.
good.
You know, I just saw him in London yesterday performing.
He's on an European tour. Actually.
Bottom line is let's just be real with the Ghanaian people and trying to move forward. So there was a time where I was on this. Because I got carried away. No, it's good carrying away. Because I started doing the pandatin and I was on that vibe. But guess what? If I go to a place like Kumasi, they don't care about pandatin.
Yeah.
They don't care about Painkiller. They don't want to hear those songs. What they want to hear is Boza.
Interesting.
Right? So you are torn between if you have the masses wanting this type of record, but then when you go to the world, that's not what they're ready for. You are torn between these two. If you are in a country where I think Nigeria is open to alternative type of sound, so you could do either other body and then maybe the Nigerian. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I feel like the masses can still support it. Us, yes, we have a certain, and you see, we get carried away with the whole idea that there's people in Accra who love a certain type of record, but it's not necessarily a Ghana thing that they are rallying behind it.
We confuse Accra with Ghana.
Exactly. So where you're from now, so somebody had to put a plug back on me and go like, he spoke to me at Reggie's office and called me at the car park and said, Sark, I know you're doing great things or whatever, but I think you're losing your roots. And I was like, I'm making good name out there. I was on a path where Africans are really messing with me, but then what he said was true though, because those records, when I come back home and I play it, even at Rapaholic, they want to, they know it's a good song, but they're not
in tune.
Yes,
the side they know.
Typical example is Painkiller, one of my biggest records, but it doesn't get the most reaction when I perform in Ghana. So now you are like, do you keep this? Trust me, on this project, I don't have a typical Ghanaian record on it. And it could be a problem, but also sometimes you need to make a decision. Because if all these records are like a typical Ghanaian hit, then I'll be good to go. Imagine if Boza and a friend saying Major Girl is what is dominating in Afrobeat. That would have been a great thing for myself, Shatta, everybody else. Because Shatta can do something like Shatta has certain sounds that I think it can get out there, but guess what? Our people here would not necessarily mess with it. So as an artist, you are dancing.
So the culture of Ghanaian poses like a restriction sometimes for artists to blow themselves out.
They want extremely indigenous type of sound. You know, so and whether you like it or not, if you come to Ghana, take the biggest hits, you know that's
the sound.
It's quite interesting to hear that, when you're trying to do these international collaborations, it makes you lose a bit of home touch.
So it's a decision that you have to make. that if you want to go out there, just close your mind. I don't think everybody should make one decision. I'm just speaking from how I deal with it because I still feel like I don't want to miss out with my people here, because that's how Sarkodie came up. It was about me being witty and saying these funny things, and people were liking it. But then when I go to these places, they don't understand that, so I have to do a song like this.
That's the universal appeal.
Exactly.
All right, now we can go to Shebad. Yeah, we have, because we have our time and then the other songs left.
Yeah. Shebad, one of my, I think, will pass to be my top 3. The mood of the music, I loved it, and I was so involved in the production. This particular one, I came up with the melody. Big shouts to Guilty Beats. He produced it. Super great, good mood music, but still commercial, and has some piano vibes in there.
Why do you keep going back to Oxlade?
I was just about to say, he turned top Twitter.
So Oxlade was introduced to me by Bankuli from Nigeria. Okay, he played Oxlade on YouTube. I was in London, and I was sold. And at that point, he didn't have any big record, and that's when I did Not Living Thin with him. And guess what? Not Living Thin, when I met him, he had DM'd me years ago.
Wow.
And I didn't. And he said, "So what? Ken, I have a song for you."
Whoa.
And that was Not Living Thin. So when I opened the DM and I was about to write him that I love his music, I saw it. So now we kept on, and then he dropped it, and I did it. And I think I just love his vocals. He's extremely good.
Yeah. Are you getting visuals on Shebad?
Yes, it's one of the strongest on the project, so it definitely needs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So we have
really
visuals for all 10?
Huh?
Visuals for all 10?
Almost.
Well, because we had a message on our socials that was asking that why don't you do visuals for all your projects? I think it was on our Twitter page. Somebody was asking, we should ask you why you don't have visuals for all your projects.
You know, the reason why they say that is I'm a visual person when I'm writing. So when you listen to my music, mostly you imagine visuals. But again, you guys know how much I put into visuals. So I have to be as much as I want to get carried away and shoot, I would love to shoot for everything, but we're talking about business here. So no matter how you feel like you can shoot for everything, you have to be strategic on the ones that you can shoot to the max, and then you choose and shoot that. And I think Sac Nation, I pamper them too much. I give them too much. You know what they look at? They look at what I haven't done. They always want to skip what I've done, and then trust me, I'll release this project, and they're going to post a snippet of a song that I posted maybe 2 years ago.
You know your people. There's a comment here, and the guy says, "Please, Cyril, ask Sark why he has not released some of the music videos." You know your people well.
So the Ask Sark hashtag is still running. We're going to come to all your questions in about the next, say about Just You. The only Just You on the whole.
I think Confirm might pass as the typical Sarkodie Ghana record, but just the beats is still international. You know, we have some local.
If you ask me, right, Confirm is the track on the project where the rapper in Sac got he buy himself one plot on the album so that he can respond. I know the feeling.
So is it hip hop? Is it Afrobeat?
No, I'm a piano.
I'm a piano.
But then I went hard.
He wanted to show off. I'm expecting
it's true. This is typical old Sarkodie. About him and him. I'm my type of.
Right.
You want flex me.
Why
if you guys listen to this and you don't laugh, then I don't know. Where you guys
why didn't you put this one on the album? The one that you shot the freestyle in the car with who was sitting by you.
I'll see what I can do.
I think I get you when you say Charlie the home like I mean I'm a pen.
But you see, exactly. But then maybe that will have a limitation, but my people will love it. But it's always good that I
tip the scale a bit. Yeah,
so
because I think if he keeps doing what the people want constantly, then
they get
you will grow.
Exactly.
You will grow in any way.
I think that has been the dynamics with the Sarkodie career over the years, that I kind of like go here and
you give them small, and then I just do what's best for the brand.
Exactly.
Charlie, that jam, eh?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Hey,
the way my sister vex.
Oh.
That I think at that point then she threw some bomb where the bomb no land because of what I say. Did you agree with what I was saying in that song? Have you listened?
Okay.
The song that he's talking about, I've not heard it. I won't tell a lie, so I'm going to listen to it afterwards.
So I'll see what I can do. Is that Ubisa Misika? I was saying catch us and heard it to me.
Oh.
May transaction be scan bar. then I go sort you out. And that's all kind of winner. Because the girl is talking about your hostel fee.
Oh, no, I think I've heard that.
People were tweeting it.
I've heard that, yeah. I think I've heard that song. Yeah.
No girl liked it, so I don't expect you to like it.
No.
We're going to go to track 4.
Yes,
real quick, when you were spending money on Labadi, what did your the real business advisor of Sarkodie? I want to say the real business advisor.
We know. The landlord.
Does she come into how you spend on some of these projects?
In the beginning, she was concerned.
Okay.
But then she knows I'm a very stubborn person when it has to do what I want to get.
Yeah.
So she knows I'll choose that over anything else. I'll choose that over my brother's school fees.
Oh.
Because that is what's going to keep me there, so you can still come back to me even
for more fees.
Exactly.
Right.
So that
priorities, right?
Priorities.
He defines stubborn.
No, there's not. This is my top priority in life.
Yeah. Get it done. 1 million cities. Okay, so that's what we spoke about, the Sarkodie boy story. All right, so I think we can skip that. We spoke about time. Cougar. All right.
You know what Cougar?
The Cougar is Cougar, right?
Yes.
Cougar.
Is that smoke? Is that cigar? No. What's Cougar?
We have to play the song at 10 p.m.
You don't qualify to be Cougars.
No, not
not there yet.
How many years more?
No, I'm not there yet.
Some 10 years for Miss G, then we will.
I'm not a cougar yet.
It's not there. It's not there.
10 years.
10 years, I said.
An older woman.
I'll give you the date.
Oh, like a sugar mommy.
Cougar, they're 45 plus. I don't hear the lyrics already.
But wait, why Cougar? Did you ever have one, or you?
I've always been drawn to strong feminine women who we have difference with a woman trying to be unnecessarily arrogant or like mean for no reason. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody who's sure of herself, but then allows you. It's like I want you to be a man, not necessarily because I can't battle that. I just like that, the fact that you can be a man. But then I know you are sorted, you are driven, you are extremely, because when I speak with people, I'm a very deep person, so I hate when I can't deal with a girl, that you are talking to, and someone can school our day,
But with what you are saying, I guess you're speaking from experience. Have you ever been in that position?
That's what he's trying to explain.
So it might not even be a relationship as in whatever. Yeah. But even if you're going to be a friend, because I have my business partner is a female.
Right.
My business partner is a female, and that's one of the strongest people I've seen.
Yeah,
that's one person.
Vibe.
One person that I can literally, I go to her, sit, and listen.
And
then she breaks things down. This is how the business world works, and this and that. So I just like it.
Yeah.
It looks.
Is it Mariam? She's a very smart.
Yes, exactly, Mariam.
Too smart.
Extremely. Mariam.
She and her man. Sort of like. They're very deep. She helped me in school.
Yeah, I think I met her once. She's the same person who handles your landlady, right?
Yes, exactly. See, so I'm drawn to people like that. So it might not necessarily be a relationship, but of course, even if it's a relationship, I still look at, because Tracy is an extremely intelligent human being. She knows about everything. Doesn't know everything, but knows about almost everything. If you say out of the blue, mention a word, she has an idea what it means, and it helped me in a way. Right, and I'm more turned on to that than somebody clueless type of,
Don't worry.
Cougars have been through a lot.
The experience and the wisdom
is there. Yeah.
For those who don't know what cougar is, it's a wild
Stephanie Bench.
It's an American.
You know what?
Yeah.
So the video, that's the person I was looking at.
Oh,
make it happen.
No, this is serious.
Make it happen.
That's like prophecy.
When I saw Cougar, the first person,
prophecy.
the image that came in my head was Stephanie.
Why?
Do we have another one?
No, we don't.
We don't have another one.
No,
She's like
the best.
And I'm sure she'll be so glad to do it. But it's like a confirmation of what you're thinking about, so you don't have to let it go. He's just giving you a confirmation of what you're thinking about.
Crazy.
Yeah.
She'll do it.
Yeah, so random when you say that. This is the person I'd look for.
Cyril, did they imagine the one?
CM 3D. I watched the
No, but this song is for her.
No, Halam, she go do it. I'm more than happy, bro.
I just want to put out the real meaning of cougar, please. It's a large American wildcat. Plain tongue and greyish coat.
The National Geographic.
National Geographic. National Geographic aside. All right, let's go to Sarkodie featuring Cranium. Okay.
Yes, Forever.
Forever.
Another great vibe. It's just summer vibes. He was in Ghana. He came for Rapaholic. We had a chance to hit the studio and we came up with it. Yeah.
But so, I mean, for you, let me just be blunt and say this. I really don't go this hard, but let me just go hard on this one. Like how he went hard on some of his bars. These Nigerians are pushing to Chris Brown's and all these people. Sometimes Ghanaians feel like
somebody actually tweeted that not on the album. I saw it on
Does it go back to explain
yes, I've explained that from the beginning.
Yeah.
My industry is a bit tricky if you don't understand it. If you take your time to really understand how things go in the industry, you get to see how some certain things happen and some things don't happen. Personally, as Sarkodie, I weigh my options when I sign to a major. I feel like I could get the looks that you guys are going to be happy about, but personally, as Michael, I'm not going to be happy within me. And so it's not for everybody. I'm somebody who's hands-on. I read my own contracts. Though I'll have a lawyer go through it, I'll sit down, I'll have my meetings myself. I think you've seen me on a couple of occasions where I'm trying to sort things out myself. So I'm that person who is involved. So when I let go of that power, I think it can affect me mentally, no matter how good things are going. I just want to be in charge and want to be able to oversee every penny that's going out. I don't want to come back from making us say, give me a budget that I wasn't ready for, right? So all these things come with being on that big machinery. But also we have certain artists who don't want to deal with all of that, and they need that. It's also good for certain artists. So when you are under that umbrella, doing a feature, at this point, me doing a feature with Rihanna is worth nothing because I'm not still going to be able to find it easy to release anyways.
Because of the ties that you have to go through.
Exactly. Being on your own, there's too much. Bro, I told you, just beats. Let me put it out there. I was supposed to pay 130,000 for just one beat.
Wow. Is that cedis or dollars?
Dollars.
And that's I'm talking about normal. And in the industry, he knows. It goes all the way to $500,000 for production.
For beats?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you see, the problem is that he's saying beats, right? But when you say beats in international
production,
composer, production,
they wrote a lot of people who are taken from the 150.
Yeah,
somebody paid.
But Ghana, when we say beats, we just think MP3 or sending or something. No,
so it's a whole lot that goes into it when you want to go in on that league.
So financing is one.
Yes. Yeah. So now, if you want to take that burden off, you need that machinery. Do I want it personally? No. That is the only reason.
Okay.
So personally, I don't want what comes with it. I've had a chance to read a lot of contracts on what I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to give away. I don't think my inner guts doesn't tell me that I have to do it. But I'm not saying it's wrong. I used to say it's wrong because I felt like, because I think it's wrong. But it's not wrong for somebody else. Somebody actually has a shot at one song and that's it. Such a person, I think if you do that, it's good for you. Because you take your money and you go and find some business and go and do.
And the cool part is they're saying the same thing Sina Soul that we are on that song. They're saying the same thing Sina Soul
about being
about the label.
Yes.
She also felt like the good things did, but the restrictions no.
Bro, we are even going far to talking about big features. These features, do you know what I had to go through? I'm talking about my own boy King Promise. I'm not putting anything out there, but and it's not wrong. He's under a structure. So how I got him to do Anajo is not the same way I got him to do this.
Wow.
Because things change.
If I tell you how much I have to put in to clear all these records, you'll be shocked.
So does it go to debunk that notion that we have that Sarkodie always jumps on a new trendy act, a new hot act? There's always that perception. I've heard it too many times. Oh, Sarkodie didn't know about you.
If you do this past 30 years, they'll find reasons why you're here. That's just what it is. And if that didn't come up, I should have actually felt bad that people are not actually trying to do science on why you're still here. Because that's the only reason. It's not because of anything. They want to find a logic on why you can still be relevant after a long time. So now we need to come up with stuff. And the funny thing is, most of these records that you hear me on that you think I'm jumping on somebody's record, I never reach out to these people.
Wow.
It's vice versa.
I don't normally, if I want to do a song, it's rare I'll think, this boy is the new hottest artist, I want to put him on. Big shouts to my superstar, Blacko. Blacko hit me up last minute of this project. Landlord, I have to be on JAMZ.
Wow.
I say,
nice.
put up.
Yes, Ghanaians will be saying that, that was a raining thing.
No, but you see, that's what I don't care about that because the truth is the truth. That's why, that's the only way I'm able to. In the beginning, I try to explain because I'm like, no, but is it the truth though? If it's not, then why do you have to
waste energy on
that? Because I actually like it, the fact that they doubt. Because when they doubt something, that's how great the thing is.
You can prove them wrong.
Exactly, because they don't believe No, I think...
But what do you think you have? I've seen how a lot of these youngsters eulogize you, like the highest, we know. It's a different thing if it's your fans, but I see other musicians, give you optimum respect. What do you think you do that causes them to be like, hi, I have to be on this guy's album. I have to be friends with him. I have to be a Sarkodie, person.
I think it's all about how your leadership skill is. I think I'm somebody who's able to contain a lot, and people feel like, some of my colleagues even tell me that you don't know how we feel because we get a lot of hate. I'm like, listen, I'm also one of the hated people in the industry. It's just how I react to it. So now I keep getting what I want to get, and that's when you come on my timeline. All you hear is King Saga, you're this, you're that. But guess what? I get a lot of insults 24/7, and I understand life that nobody owes you anything. Blacko doesn't owe me anything. If I say, Blacko, can I see you Saturday? I have to make sure if he wants to come or he wants to make it. A lot of people hold grudges with people because of what you expect. I don't. Yeah. And I think if I don't like what you're doing, I either don't listen to it or I don't focus on it. But I don't think if you want to speak about anything, it should be something negative. And that's not being a hypocrite. It's just naturally, if I like something, I'm going to speak. If I don't,
you move away.
I just move away. And I think people are drawn to that energy of respect that you have for them, and I just get that vice versa.
Just for education purposes, talking about these clearances, so that we can learn from what does it go through, like, in your little experience, like how does it work out? Because I'm just wondering, like, it's call, they say send an email proposal.
Thinking about it, it's not like it's a bad thing. Yeah. I'm just thinking from how I deal with my business, because I make the decisions by myself. I said it not too long ago. If Miss G gets me on a song, she wouldn't have to go through stress. I just have to say, okay, release it. So I thought that is how it's supposed to be for everybody else. But then I get to understand, no, these guys have been invested in. I invest in myself, so I make the decision. But then they have been invested in. Somebody has to recoup. So they don't have the luxury to necessarily say, let's just release them. No, you're a landlord, you're highest, I love you, but I'm in a situation, so we have to solve it the way the structure is, and I respect that. So am I ready to go through the stress? Yeah, if it's worth it, yes, I will do it. If I weigh what has happened, like, nah.
Have you had any, what are some of these fine details that you've experienced, is it some MOUs, pay money, contracts?
Yes, it's a lot of money, and then what they want, as in percentages, and sometimes to me, I don't think it makes sense to me. You are signed because we don't have to deal with the hustle. Because when me and you do, and you're on Sony, I'm on Universal, we finish the record and they will deal with
the rest.
I was in Paris and I had a session, and there's a big superstar called Agnes Mo. I forgot where she's from. Big following, and she was doing a song with a rapper in Paris. Creative people are doing a record, and you have the business people sitting at the back counting the bars.
Wow.
So now, so this artist did.
So her contribution goes from contributor to collaborator to feature.
So all they have to do, just do whatever, smoke your weed or whatever you want to do. Get high, drink and do, but we have to sort this out. So that is how the structure is. So if you are not in that league, yes, the person can mess with you on artistic level, but when we are done,
exactly. But that's not to say that these people are not taking anything from you. It's not to say that.
No. There's no way can promise go to charge.
They are not taking Oxlade. All of them, they don't have anything. They didn't take anything.
No.
So what about the split shit?
So that's what I'm saying. That's where the business.
That's where the business comes in.
I'm saying they are not taking because I know it's not from them. Even if I'm paid, I'm not going to disclose that. If I'm paying money, I'm not paying it to Oxlade. There's a structure that has to be sorted, and that's more of the business side of it.
Yeah. Okay. Sarkodie, with